SOS, Serbisyo, Ora-Mismo, Sigurado. Programang tatalakay sa kapangyarihan ng serbisyo sibil. SOS, Serbisyo, Ora-Mismo, Sigurado. Programang hihimay sa kapangyarihan ng pamalang lokal. SOS, Serbisyo, Ora-Mismo, Sigurado. Programang maglalapit sa pamalan at mamamayan. SOS, Serbisyo, Ora-Mismo, Sigurado. Kikilos ang barangay para sa bayan. Edukasyon, kalusugan, trapiko, basura at iba pa. SOS, Serbisyo, Ora-Mismo, Sigurado. Tatalakay sa mga problemang napapanahon, problemang hahanapan ng solusyon.
Magandang hapon mga kaibigan, ito po ang SOS, Serbisyo, Ora-Mismo, Sigurado. Ngayong araw na ito ng Huwebes, tayo po ay nasa 28 na ng buwan ng Hulyo taong 2022. Welcome po sa ating palatuntunan si AJ Austria, ang ating Technical Director si Angel Atienza, ang ating Public Service Coordinator. Hangarin po natin na maiangat ang kaalaman ng ating mga kababayan sa katwiran at karapatan nationwide and worldwide. Joining me ngayong hapon, dahil po ngayon ay Huwebes, jobs, jobs, and more jobs. Trabaho, trabaho, trabaho. Ako po'y naniniwala mga kaibigan na for us to be able to counter ito pong mga problemang nararamdaman ng ating bayan, si Juan de la Cruz dapat po merong maayos na trabaho, merong pong maayos na pagkain sa kanyang mga lamesa, at merong pong panggastos sa pag-aaral ng mga anak. And we will only get this, makukuha lang po natin itong mga ito, kung tayo po ay merong maayos na trabaho here and abroad. Sana makakasama po natin si Congressman Rex Gatchalian ng District 2 ng Valenzuela to talk about Rex Serbisyo Center. Pero hintayin po natin kung sakaling makatawag pa sa palatuntunan si Congressman Rex. I am very, very privileged to have yung ating mga candidates, yung ating mga nurses at kanilang mga pamilya. Ako na nag-announce, no? Para maging excited po yung ating mga kababayan at yung ating mga naghahanap ng trabaho, lalo tigit kung hindi man lokal ay sa international, sasamahan po tayo ng Senior Recruitment Manager at Head ng Special Projects ng Industrial Personnel and Management Services Incorporated o ang IPAMS. Wala pong iba kundi si Miss Lailani Legaspi Macaranas. Ang sabi nung kanya mga kaibigan at relatives, Lala na lang.
Yes.
Lala, magandang hapon po sa inyo, ma'am.
Magandang hapon din, and thank you for having us here in your studio.
Hoy, pamaya-maya meron tayong mga foreigners na mga makakasama sa palatuntunan. Bigyan natin sila ng pagkakataon din, no?
Of course.
Yung ating mga
Thank
kaibigan from HealthStar International LLC. Makakasama po natin at magbibigay siya. She's going to give us an inspirational message mula po sa CEO ng HealthStar International LLC, CEO and President of HealthStar International Incorporated. Later in the program, si Ms. Erin Baird. And we will also have the Talent Pipeline Program Manager of Covenant Health, Ms. Terry Morris, will be joining us in a very short while. Punta muna tayo. Alright, punta muna tayo kay Lala. Gusto nating malaman kasi ang mga Pilipino ay talagang gustong umangat sa buhay.
Siyempre.
Ang mga Pilipino gusto nilang may pagkain sa mga lamesa. At dire-diretso yung pag-aaral ng mga anak. Ang sabi nga nila, ang Filipino daw very resilient. Sa tulong po ng IPAMS, meron tayong pagkakataon na itong ating mga pangarap ay ma-achieve. Pero before that, can you please give us an idea muna, Lala, no? Kwentuhan mo muna kami ng inyong mga humble beginnings. Kailan ba nagsimula ang IPAMS?
Well, actually, ang IPAMS ay nagsimula noong 1971. It was brought to us by Dr. Raymond Wilmart, isang member din ng Freemason.
Mm-hmm.
Pero siya rin yung, just for me to, kasi ayoko magkamali. He's actually into the labor relations ever
Alright.
since. Kasama siya daw, according to the history, kasama daw siya ni General Douglas MacArthur.
Wow.
Nung time na he landed in the Philippines.
Okay.
And then, eventually, he was consulted sa mga labor relations, sa mga labor laws. And then, he also, marami kasi siyang mga naging aspects sa business.
Okay.
Now, moving forward, he created IPAMS before pa nagkaroon ng POEA. Okay, so
Mas
that's
matanda pa kayo sa
1971.
POEA, ha?
Yes. 1971, and our very first employer that time was Saudi Aramco,
Okay.
Saudi Arabian Oil Company. Then that one, he has this advocacy na talagang when you place Filipinos to work overseas, wala talagang dapat bayaran.
Alright.
Kasi naghahanap nga ng trabaho, di ba?
Okay.
So, bakit kailangan magsanla ng
Walang dapat
kalabaw?
bayaran, so walang mga placement fees.
No.
Wala silang mga tinatawag na recruitment fees. Walang ganito.
Wala.
Zero.
Yes.
Kailangan lang nila siguro yung kanilang curriculum vitae, yung kanilang
Skills, syempre.
skills, no? Yung
Yeah.
kanilang paghahanda.
Yeah.
And everything is being paid for by your client, not
Yes.
by the applicants. Am I
Yes.
correct? Okay,
That's
sige.
correct.
Go ahead.
And then, from Saudi Aramco, moving forward, we have different clients that we were able to close worldwide.
Okay.
So, just to mention, most of the major airlines in the Middle East, like the Saudi Arabian Airlines is also our client. Okay, yung Saudi Gulf Airlines, the Flyadil Domestic Airline, budget carrier airlines of
Okay.
Saudi Arabia. We also had awarded din ng POEA, the Dubai Duty Free. Okay, we also have on our wings Qatar Airways,
Okay.
who's been hiring Filipinos of all until up to their subsidiaries. And then moving forward, we have another Middle East clients. I mean, the clients come to us.
Okay.
We don't reach out to them, they come to us.
And these opportunities, no, itong mga job opportunities na ito, iba-iba, coming
Yes.
from different sectors.
Yes, so we have food and beverage, we have the manufacturing sectors.
Oo.
Well, Saudi Aramco is into the oil and gas, petrochemical
Especially
sectors.
mga engineers, no?
Yes.
Kinukula and skilled.
Skilled,
Okay.
yes. And then starting 2018, we had Canada job opportunities.
Alright,
so we
alright.
started recruiting for Canada. So yung mga baka nagugulat kayo.
Factory workers.
Factory workers, fast
Apple
food
pickers. Uso pa ba?
Wala kami
Wala.
apple pickers, but we have fast
Okay.
food supervisors
Alright.
and kitchen crews from a fast food chain.
Okay.
We have CNC machinists, very in demand ang welders
I see.
sa Canada.
Oo.
And then Czech Republic came along.
Okay.
First and foremost, we recruited for aircraft sheet metal specialists.
Ang dami. Ang
And
dami,
then
ha?
just last week, we had
Pero yung
interviews.
mga anong tawag dyan? Yung mga marino?
Ibang license nila.
Seafarers. Iba yan.
Yes, manning
Out-
agency kami.
Outside of your
Yes.
mandate.
Yeah, because
Okay.
POE has two licenses
Yes,
to
yes.
grant. There is a land-based agency, that's us, and then may manning agency.
Oh, yan.
So yun
Ito,
yung mga
ha?
seafarers.
Lala, may mga nagtatanong na this early. Siguro, let's try to explain, no? Dahil one of the many distinct feature ng IPAMS, they are processing itong mga application with zero placement and recruitment fees. Ang tanong ni Santos Angelo, bakit daw yung iba meron? Tapos ang alam daw po niya, katumbas ng 1 month's salary. Yung iba, mas mahal pa. Why are you not asking for recruitment fees or fees na katulad niyan? Bakit?
Well, just like HealthStar and Covenant, they instead of them charging 1 month salary, they don't do that to the applicants. So instead, we just charge them.
Ang tawag
Something like
dito,
that. It means to say lang, Johnny, is we get the best employers.
Yeah.
The best
Public
employers who
service.
can afford to get Filipinos.
Wave.
Yeah.
Public service knows no boundaries.
Yes.
Okay. I think that is the very core of the business and pamaya-maya of HealthStar as well. They are not just they are not a parang yung alam mo yun yung masyadong business minded. Meron tayong tinatawag na social responsibility.
Yes.
These companies are known for their social responsibility.
And that's the kind of employers that we get.
Galing.
The employers that takes care of the Filipino workers that we sent off nationwide.
And that is the reason why ilang taon na ang IPAMS?
Magpi 50 years na po kami. Golden anniversary na. That's why we use the hashtag IPAMS Road to 50.
Napakaganda.
Lahat ng mga aming deployees, whether nurse sila or simple laborer,
Okay.
truck driver, every time they share their story to us, they are now members of the IPAMS Road to 50 Club.
Pero
namin.
tomorrow, there is a D-Day, so to speak, for Filipino nurses.
Actually, nag-start sila nung Monday pa.
Nag-start nung Monday pa. Tomorrow will be the last day ba?
Yes, it'll be the
Okay.
last day.
Please tell us about this,
Okay.
Lala.
Well, actually, HealthStar, when they've been with us for a long time, and we've been deploying workers to Covenant Nurse. As a matter of fact, one of the interviewers, the nurse educator, is a Filipina
Okay.
who we deployed last 2003 pa.
2003?
Yes,
Aha.
yes, as a nurse.
Okay.
And they are happy to bring nurses sa kanilang hospitals because they know how Filipinos, they're very passionate sa work. Alam mo naman ang Pilipino, walang reklamo.
Okay.
Basta pag sinabing trabaho to, trabaho.
But skill-wise, how are we going to, paano yung comparison between Filipino nurses and those others?
Well, ang mga Filipino nurses kasi has the passion sa mga patients to take care. We have the maalagang kamay, kumbaga.
Okay.
And the education of the nurses here in the Philippines kasi is 4 years plus the fact na ang mga nurses natin, 'di ba? Minsan 2 shifts ba yan in a day, walang tulog, pero kinakaya. But when
That was before COVID.
Before COVID.
Oh.
But then again, regardless, our nurses are very flexible. No, kayang-kaya nila yung stress level. I mean, once you put them to United Kingdom or USA, they're very flexible. They fit.
Okay.
They fit. Plus the fact of yung communication skills nila, English. It's one of the factors then why employers like that. Covenant,
Yeah.
HealthStar, they get Filipinos. Actually, taon-taon sila kumukuha sa amin.
People from all over nagchat-chat na sa atin, no, sa palatuntunan at may mga tanong. Siguro mas maganda kung if you're going to ask something from Lala, sabihin nyo na rin kung saan yung location. Ha? Para baka mas madali yung ating magiging pakipag-usap. Ang sabi ni Jo Marie de la Cruz, sana daw ma'am, kahit walang experience, I don't know if this will fly. Meron naman daw pong may degree holder naman, naghahanap ng trabaho, kahit farm worker lang o housekeeper, wala daw siyang experience. O kaya food counter attendant. Is experience dun sa mga areas na binanggit ko, mandatory ba ito?
Well, yes. The employer, syempre, if the employer will hire Filipino workers to work with them, they expect na at least may minimum of 1 year experience yung
Okay.
tao or
Okay.
exposure na rin sa work na pinagtatrabaho na nila. Plus the fact, for example, you mentioned about housekeepers. We hire housekeepers na TESDA certified because there's a TESDA training for that one and national certification level 2.
Alright.
So we hired housekeepers before, and actually I hired housekeeper with the driver's license for Canada.
Wow.
It's we called it camp handyman, handywoman.
Uh-huh.
So ongoing na yung interview namin with the employer. I think I have an interview with the employer next week on that one. Imagine they are housekeepers, minimal yung experience, but as long as they can do the work, okay lang yon.
Okay.
Now, for farmers, even though they are not employed and they have their own farm, kasi may mga certifications naman na ibinibigay ang barangay, if to certify that they are really farmers, we have successfully deployed farmers also in Canada.
Talaga?
From Benguet.
Talaga?
Yes.
Marami tayo yung ating mga coffee farmers, yung ating mga vegetable farmers, etc.
Vegetable farmers, yung mga kinuha namin.
Yun ang kinukuha. Ang dami ng mga nagtatanong. Hello po Sir Johnny, magandang hapon. Tanong lang po kay Ma'am Lala, meron po experience sa food and beverage as trainer, host in Saudi Arabia for 10 years. Ano daw po yung pwede niyang ma-applyan sa IPAMS? Alam po ninyo, ang ginagawa po ng SOS at ng IPAMS is we are trying to cut yung mga magiging problema po ninyo when it comes to transportation. Dito pa lang nagtatanong na ha? Dito pa lang nagtatanong na.
Yeah.
At si Ma'am Lala ay readily available to answer queries. Okay,
Yes.
Ma'am, ang tanong niya, 10 years na daw po yung kanyang experience sa Saudi. Pagkatagalog kasi tayo, Saudi, no? Yung iba, Saudi.
Oo. Ewan ko ba, basta ganun
Pero
Saudi.
meron daw po ba siyang pwedeng applyan sa IPAMS?
Well, usually kasi kami, we have to review yung kanyang curriculum vitae or
Alright.
resume with the job descriptions ng mga bawat trabaho niya. And then kung ito ay magmamatch sa hinahanap ng employer, then we contact the person, we invite them for virtual interview. So, sabi mo nga, hindi
Okay.
na mamamasahe.
Yes.
At the convenience of a home, may internet connection ka, you will be interviewed by one of the recruiters. And then, in case pumasa ka sa recruiter namin, we send you to our employers
Yeah.
for shortlisting. And the employers will also interview you virtually.
Okay.
So, ganun na kadali. It's not about kasi may experience akong ganito. We still have to check your qualifications and skills pa rin, just to ensure na ikaw talaga yung hinahanap ni employer.
Kanina, before the program started, I asked Ma'am Lala, yung bang mga immediate family ay pwede bang maisama ng mga successful hires, no? Kasi tandaan po ninyo, kayo mag-a-apply, tapos isi-shortlist yan, yung mga successful hires, tinanong ko, pwede ba? Parang magmamigrate ang dating.
Oh, itong employer
No, paano
itong employer nating Covenant Nurse offers that one under EB3 visa or yung immigrant visa na tinatawag.
Galing. Okay.
Oo. Kaya,
So, pwede?
Pwede. For Covenant Nurse, yes.
Wala silang gagastusin.
Hindi ko sure kung meron pero from what I understand,
Definitely wala.
Applicant wala.
Okay.
Pero I think for families, they have a program wherein they will help yung mga nurses
Okay.
para ma-bring yung family nila along with them during the travel. They have like a financial program.
All right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Terry.
Is this like the fly now, pay later? Could be? Okay.
Could be. Oo. So, it's not going to be as easy as it is because
Yes.
ang haba ng time.
Yeah.
Pero lately medyo maikli na ang time ng deployment ng US nurses namin under EB3 arrangement. Kasi nga bumibilis na rin na ng US Embassy sa visa appointments eh.
Pero pinag-uusapan po namin dito kaya I'm very excited. Because we are not just giving opportunities to Filipino nurses. Bottom line is, the future of the families.
Yes.
Hindi ba? Hindi lang nung candidates Hindi lang nung hires. The future of the family is also being considered.
Yes.
And that is because of Covenant.
Yes.
Di ba? Kinikilabutan ako. Dahil first time kong narinig at first time kong naka-encounter ng ganitong klase ng agency like IPAMS and Covenant Hospital as their principal na merong ganitong programa. I am not trying to persuade the Filipino job seekers to go out of the country. Hindi But these opportunities, ito nakukuha natin parang once in a blue moon.
Yes.
Kaya we are trying to discuss the benefits na pwedeng makuha ng pamilya.
Yes.
Ito ba from the start, ganyan yung arrangement, Lala?
Well, yes. I think it works.
Para ako na yung starstruck. Alam mo yun?
May starstruck ka na kay Terry ngayon. Parang
Because
wish mo
of the
nurse ka.
package,
Parang wish mo
Ang
nurse ka rin
galing.
ngayon.
Oo, ang galing, Ang galing. Ngayon pa lang, I am talagang hands-off congratulating the men and women behind Covenant, At napakaganda ng kanilang package. And of course, congratulations as well to IPAMS. Dahil kayo yung nagbi-bridge. What are you getting from this?
Well, the smiles and every time the employers are happy with sa mga placement namin ng mga nurses like in Covenant. Ang sarap din yung pakiramdam na they always come back to us and conduct final interviews and expecting the nurses to join them. And yung faces ng mga paalis nating mga nurses, especially when they send their pictures along with the family. Tapos magbibigay sila ng kwento, short story about their journey. It means a lot to us. It's
Testimonials.
Testimonials. It's been our lifeblood for almost 50 years. Every time we hear stories about success,
These are the
it keeps
success
us going.
stories. Napakasarap pakinggan.
Yes.
Sandali Pinag-usapan natin yung opening for nurses. This started Monday. And Final interview ba yun tomorrow?
Actually, final interview since Monday.
Since Monday, so yung mga shortlisted,
Yes.
pwede pa bang humabol? Bukas pa naman.
Oy, oo naman.
Sige, why don't you promote muna, no? Habang tayo nagkukwentuhan dito, pwede pa raw po kayong humabol. What are the requirements and the documents that they need to submit and present to IPAMS?
Okay, yung mga nurses natin dyan nationwide, kung nakikinig po kayo or nanonood sa social media, we are still entertaining registered nurses. Please come sa aming office, mag-walk-in po kayo. Our employers, Covenant Health is here para po para po kayo ay ma-interview. Kahit walang NCLEX at the moment, we will welcome you. Kung talagang gusto ninyong mag-join sa Covenant Health, well, this is for Texas, USA, and under an EB3 immigrant visa. So, open pa kami until tomorrow. Mga nurses dyan, I hope day off kayo bukas. Hindi kayo busy. We're looking for a nurse with at least a minimum of 1 year of hospital experience bedside. Ngayon, kung galing kayo sa mga, let's say, all of the sudden, na-stress kayo sa hospital, nag-BPO kayo for a while, as long as solid yung naging hospital experience ninyo, na 1 year minimum, you are welcome to apply sa amin. Kung talagang gusto ninyong mag-work sa US as a nurse, iba ang hospital structure in the United States compared to the Philippines. I don't
Of course.
But then again, if yung dream mo is to work in the US, well, tomorrow is the best time for you to come. Okay, sabi nga nila, pwede ka naman magstay muna sa Dunkin, magkape ka muna. Sabi nga mag-Dunkin ka muna, then after that, come to the office, huwag kayo mag-alala. Kung kayo ay medyo pawis-pawis, pwede naman kayo magbihis sa loob ng opisina, prepare. Our recruiters will be there to handle your application, and if you're qualified, iaakyat namin agad kayo sa employer for the final interview. We will entertain applications starting at as early as 8 o'clock in the morning.
May cut-off ba?
Oo.
Hanggang ilan? Hanggang ilan lang yung for tomorrow?
Actually, meron na kami mga nakaschedule.
Okay.
Pero kung sakasakali, I don't know if Terry and Erin are willing to extend in case.
Walk-in after?
Yes.
Alright.
Kung kaya nilang pumunta ng until like 3, 4, or 5 p.m., why not?
Gusto ko sana sabihin, magpunta kayo rito sa studio eh. May mga nagtatanong, saan daw po yung address?
Okay.
Ang IPAMS building, ang IPAMS is located in IPAMS building 723 Aurora Boulevard, New Manila, Quezon City. Landmark, Ma'am Lana, ano yung pinakamalapit na landmark para hindi sila maligaw?
Ay, syempre. Pwede kayong tumawid. Kung kayo ay nasa Robinsons Magnolia, tumawid lang kayo sa building namin. Actually, ang landmark is Robinsons Magnolia.
Ano nga yung street dyan na puro computer?
Malayo na sa amin yung Gilmore. Although walking distance ang Gilmore, pero malapit din.
Can you please erase that?
Hindi, pwede rin. Actually, if you're traveling from Cubao, pwede ka, from Cubao let's say, kung saan ka mang galing, Lupalop, let's say galing ka sa southbound or northbound, baba ka lang po ng Cubao Station, sakay ka ng jeep, papuntang Aurora Boulevard, yung mga jeep na may signage na Santa Mesa, Divisoria, sakay ka doon. Then after that, after nung Betigo Del Monte na train station, lampas pa konti nun, parang nasa gitna kasi kami ng Betigo and Gilmore. So baba po kayo sa tapat mismo ng building namin kapag papuntang Divisoria side. Pag doon kayo sa papuntang Cubao side, baba kayo sa Robinsons Magnolia, tawid na lang kayo sa kabila.
Okay.
So, yun.
Palagay ko, this is the question that our kababayans all been waiting for, no? Magkano? Ayan, ang sweldo.
Well, depende.
Ayan, palagay ko. Actually, if Terry would want to discuss the salary package, better, no? For our listeners and viewers to, just have a glimpse of kung ano bang future meron talaga sa Texas. Pero are you at liberty to discuss the salary package?
Well, I believe I would rather give that floor to Terry who's here.
Oo.
Kasi she will be standby lang kayo. Ay, ibig sabihin, kailangan tumagay pa kayong manood ng program.
They're very excited to know the salary package. Alright.
And as well as siguro, it would be nice that perhaps Terry would be sharing ilan ng nurses ang meron sa kanila. I think mostly Filipino nurses na
Okay.
ni-recruit namin is under Covenant Nurse.
Okay.
And
Very
will be I'm very happy na in-accommodate nyo nga na makasama natin siya dito sa binigay nyong invitation sa amin, because this is the best time for them to know about better opportunities like this, especially sa mga nurses natin who
Oo.
are actually, to be honest with you, Johnny, ang mga nurses natin, they invest for visa screening, they invest for their NCLEX para lang pumunta ng US. So, if they are into that direction, this is the best time.
Okay.
This is the best time for them to learn about it.
Maraming mga nagtatanong ng job openings, no? Iba't iba yung kanilang mga tinatanong. Merong factory worker.
Meron kami.
Ano pa ba ito?
Hungary. It's a new market.
Meron pang ma'am, kung TESDA, yung mga nagtapos siguro ng TESDA.
Barista.
Pwede
We welcome.
Yung mga coffee mixers.
Yes, we
Okay.
welcome the baristas who are recently we just recruited for the Middle East, Kuwait and Qatar, from one of the well-known coffee shop
Okay.
in the world, and we hired barista, and kahit NC2 certified na barista we accept, male and female.
NC2 is the certification
Yes,
of TESDA.
National Certification
Okay.
Level 2 of TESDA as barista.
Meron pang welder.
Ay,
Meron pa bang
nako.
opening?
Kailangan namin ng welders for Canada.
Okay.
Kailangan din namin yan for other countries. Pero Canada, ang pinaka-main namin na requirement for Canada is if you know how to do the welding process, kagaya ng mga FCAW, ng mga GMAW, TIG, MIG, yan ang kailangan po namin.
Yung mga trailer driver daw.
Ay, naku, oo, flatbed. Kailangan namin yan
Ang dami,
for Canada.
ang dami pong
Dadating
mga
yung employer namin
openings.
sa September.
Meron bang website ang IPAMS
Yes.
para yung ibang hindi makapag-chat sa atin, they would still be able to check yung availability ng openings?
Yes.
Anong website?
Ang website namin is they can go to the www.ipams.com, and then punta sila sa job seeker section. Now, for those who are social media savvy or laging naka-Facebook, meron po kaming Facebook page. Hanapin po ninyo IPAMS PH.
Alright.
Ang hanapin niyo pong IPAMS PH yung may 1 million likers and 1 million followers, kasi marami pong gumagaya ng page namin ng mga scammers.
Meron yatang promo pagka 1 million. Kayo yung 1 million and 1. I don't know kung magkaka-promo ba?
Let's see. Let's see.
Alright, ano pa ba ito? Motorcycle mechanic, small engine mechanic,
Yes, nagkaroon
etc.
Meron.
Marami.
Naghahanap din kami actually ng gumagawa ng mga boat mechanics for Canada rin.
Okay. Yung mga sastre.
Meron
pa bang ganyan ngayon?
Naghanap kami, wala masyado, pero sewing machine operator for Canada.
Okay.
Nag-place kami 3 months ago.
Alright.
May opening kami noon.
Okay. Si Ma'am Verva Elves Verve, watching from Thailand. Thank you so much.
Hello po.
Salamat po ng marami sa inyo. Yung iba nagtatanong about the job openings, yung iba naman about the salary package. In just a very short while, magkakaroon tayo ng idea. Pero sa nurses lang muna, no?
Yes.
Because we will be joined by our very good friend from Health Star International and Covenant Hospital. Pamaya-maya, pagbabalik po ng palatuntunan, babalikan natin mga kaibigan itong talakayan, pero sit back and relax dahil sila na babalik pa rin.
Sige.
Marami pa po tayo, pipilitin natin pagkasyahin dahil hindi pa po tayo tapos dun sa mga tips. Alam po ninyo, kung minsan akala natin our resume, ang yung mga curriculum vitae natin ay well-polished.
Yes.
Pagdating sa atin, no? Pero pagdating sa employer, meron silang hinahanap na wala doon sa CV.
Totoo.
Si Miss Lala, bibigyan tayo ng tips on how to write a straightforward, talagang curriculum vitae na siguro hindi aalisan ng tingin ng employer.
Oo.
Alright, pamaya-maya, sandaling-sandali lang mga kaibigan. We will be back.
SOS Serbisyo Ora-Mismo Sigurado. Programang tatalakay sa kapangyarihan ng serbisyo sibil. SOS. Serbisyo. Ora-Mismo. Sigurado. Programang hihimay sa kapangyarihan ng pamalang lokal. SOS. Serbisyo. Ora-Mismo. Sigurado. Programang maglalapit sa pamalan at mamamayan. SOS. Serbisyo. Ora-Mismo. Sigurado. Kikilos ang barangay para sa bayan. Edukasyon, kalusugan, trapiko, basura at iba pa. SOS. Serbisyo. Ora-Mismo. Sigurado. Tatalakay sa mga problemang napapanahon. Problemang hahanapan ng solusyon.
Muli pong nagbabalik ang palatuntunan mga kaibigan ng SOS Serbisyo Ora-Mismo Sigurado. Ngayong Huwebes, trabaho, trabaho, trabaho tayo. Jobs, jobs, and more jobs. I am very privileged to have the Talent Pipeline Program Manager for Covenant Health, Ms. Terry Morris. She is going to discuss the requirements as well.
Yes.
For the openings of the nurses in Texas. Terry, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
All right. How long have you been partnering with IPOMS?
We have been partnering for over 20 years.
Wow, that long?
Yes.
Okay.
We have recruited over 500 Filipino nurses to come work at our hospital. So we have been very, very blessed with a great partnership with HealthStar
Why Filipinos?
because of the greatest nurses. American and Filipinos are taught on the same education. And so that was the big piece of we wanted to make sure that we were staying steady with our care.
Okay.
But the culture is the big part of why we choose Filipino. The heart, the compassion, the love that they give to their patients is what we want for our patients.
And that makes the Filipino distinct.
Absolutely.
Do you like balut?
I do.
Sinigang and adobo?
I love pancit.
Pansit?
Pancit.
All right. Okay. Terry is the Talent Pipeline Program Manager. What exactly do you do for Covenant?
So I recruit all of our nurses, so not only international but also in America. I do all of our graduate nurses, but really kind of more building the dream. So we can't just hire someone. We have to stay with them. We have to stay and make them family. So our promise at Covenant is to know me, care for me, and ease my way. And so that's my promise when we hire our nurses in the Philippines, is that when they get there, I will take care of them.
Okay.
Because I know what a step in faith to just trust that we're going to take care of you and come to a country where you know hardly anyone.
Yes.
And so my goal is to never allow that to not be family from the minute you arrive. I currently have about 350 Filipino nurses still in my main hospital.
Okay.
And so from the moment you arrive, they're at the airport with me. We're making sure you have everything you need, 30 days in a hotel. Making sure that you bring your family. I think that's probably the biggest piece of what makes nursing with me different. Is that I want and encourage you to bring your family.
Yes.
We should all be together. We should never be apart.
So this is not gonna be a long distance relationship.
No.
Between the successful hirees
Yes.
and the family.
No.
Where does it come from? That particular idea?
Because I know I would never want to leave my children.
Okay.
And the heartbreak of seeing, in these interviews, talking to fathers that have been in Saudi and not been able to be part of their children's growing up, and mothers that have talked about, they've been gone for 3 and 4 years. And that's not at all how we want it to be. It's not.
Okay.
It's not how the family population of the Filipinos is amazing, and how they take care of one another and how they structure their families. And so they all need to come.
And who's gonna pay for the expenses of these extended set of people?
So we pay for their study guides to the NCLEX. We
Okay.
pay for their NCLEX. We pay for all of their immigration fees,
All right.
all of the taxes. We pay for them to come to America. As of now, it depends on kind of the circumstances. It is usually, we tell them to start saving immediately, because it's 2 to 4 years before you can actually come to America.
All right.
And if we ever have a family in need, we're gonna make sure that we take care of that.
I see. Everybody's expecting and asking of the package,
Okay.
the salary package. At you are at liberty to discuss. Just give us a ballpark figure.
So the lowest they will come in, the bare minimum is almost $30 an hour in American money. And it goes up for every year of experience.
Okay.
And so they get full credit for their years in the hospital. Any time that they're spending into a hospital or a clinic, I give full credit for that.
I see.
So they are paid and treated exactly the same as we are an American nurse. I'm a nurse, so I would not want to ever be treated different. Our insurance packet is health insurance day one. So we even have pet insurance. So
Really?
we have, you name it, we have it.
Okay, but the insurance package is just for the successful hire,
Yes.
not for the family.
Yeah, no, it's for the family.
For everybody?
For everybody.
Wow, that is
Including
very,
the
very
dog.
wonderful. Including the
Including
dog.
the dog.
Can they bring their cats?
And a cat.
Right.
I don't know about a rooster, but we're
Okay.
good with the dog and a cat.
But how about the contract duration?
It's
How
3
long?
years.
Okay.
3 years. I tell everyone, if you will give me 3 years, I'll earn your 4, 5, and 6. I will be the one that makes sure that we give you what you need to be a family. And that means my family. That means my brother and my sister.
And since this is a special visa, am I correct? EB3. All right. So they need not to come home after the 3rd year?
They do not.
Wow.
We are working on a permanent residency, so it is the beginning of their pathway to U.S. citizenship if they choose to be a U.S. citizen. So no, our nurses stay. Like I said, I have a lot, 20-year nurses that have been with me forever.
What is the vision of Covenant Hospital for Filipino nurses?
It's health for a better world is our vision. And I think if we all could learn from the Filipino population the kindness that you show and the happiness of the Filipino population, we're all going to be a better country.
And can you also please share it with us some experiences and good experiences with Filipino nurses?
So I can tell you, over 20 years ago when we first started this, I had 2 people that we hired through Health Star and
Okay.
IPAMS, and they met on the plane for the first time, and their names are Henry and Marian Bobadillo. They married 20 years later, 4 babies on the way to Covenant. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Amazing stories of nurses that needed health care in special situations for their children
Okay.
that we're able to provide.
Yes.
I could go on and on about the amazing nurses that we have from the Philippines. Truly the heart of what we show. We are the 3rd largest Catholic hospital system.
Okay.
And so faith is a huge part of what we do every day, and praying with our patients and loving our patients. And I think that's where, they just immediately step in, and it's family from day one. Their culture just fits.
And these 500 Filipino nurses you were talking about,
Yes.
are they still in the U.S.?
Yes. I don't know if, and there may be a few that have come home, through retirement in
Okay.
years. But I know they are my 3rd largest ethnicity in my hospital.
I see.
So we have over 350. And we are going to be doing walk-in interviews tomorrow.
Yeah.
We can also do virtual, because I know walk-in if you're not here in Manila, but I still interview every single month. So
Okay.
this is ongoing. Again, all you need to do is apply with Health Star or IPAMS, and they will get you connected with Covenant. And every single month we do interviews,
And how many slots are available?
as many as they want to come.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That is very, very good news.
Yes. Yes.
And can you please discuss the timeline? From the moment that they submitted the application up to the final interview and up to the time they get hired.
Okay.
So how many years they should be waiting for them to fly to the US?
So a lot of that depends on the nurse.
Okay.
From the time you start applying, it's the taking of the NCLEX, taking
Okay.
our state Texas board for nursing, taking the IELTS exam. So if you are on top of that and you're staying with it, you're doing your prep, then it goes a lot faster.
Okay.
A lot of the delay you see is that
I see.
that they study and study. And I tell everyone, you don't need to keep studying. You've got it. You have the knowledge in your head. Take it. We pay for you to take a class to prep for the test, and then take the test. If you fail the test, it does nothing to say about you as a nurse. It just means you got a really hard test that day. And then we study and we take it again.
Okay.
And if you do all of that, 18 months is a good average if you process that quickly, up to 4 years. It just depends on, like I said, how quickly they're communicating with IPAMS and HealthStar. That's the biggest number one thing I tell everyone is communicate.
All right.
Stay in touch.
Okay. A lot of people are listening and viewing the program, Lala. Different posts are being asked from you. Later on, she's gonna be joining us. But now we will ask for an inspirational message from Terry here.
My inspirational message.
What makes the Filipino distinct? And what opportunities are waiting for the Filipinos outside the Philippines, specifically in Texas?
Yes. So I think my inspirational story would be Catherine Albano. She is here interviewing with me. She does everything with me. Me and her pick up every nurse at the airport together. She is kind of my partner in crime, but the heart of who she is. She, on every single nurse that comes, she takes them to get their driver's license. She takes them to get their phone and their social security card. And then all of my Filipino nurses are making sure they have rice and they have pancit. And every single night, we're feeding them. We're making sure that we love these children. And we have our own carpool system. We have our own daycare set up where immediately they don't have to worry about that. And I think that's the difference, is making sure that they have what they need to be happy.
Terry, I cannot thank you enough.
No.
Can you please say mabuhay, magandang hapon?
Mabuhay.
At magandang hapon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I don't know how to say what he just said. Good afternoon.
All right, thank you so much. Si Miss Terry, no? We had hold on. Terry Morris, she's the Talent Pipeline Program Manager for Covenant Health. Magbabalik si Lala. Pero before this, we'd like to show you another inspirational message. This one coming from Miss Erin Baird. She is the Chief Executive Officer of HealthStar International LLC. She is also the CEO and President of HealthStar International Incorporated.
I'm Dr. Erin Baird. I am the CEO of HealthStar International. We are a recruitment firm that specializes in the international recruitment of healthcare professionals for placement in the United States. We have 3 current clients right now that are hiring nurses. We have a hospital out of Lubbock, Texas called Covenant Health. We have a home health client out of Detroit, Michigan called Alternate Solutions Health Network, and a hospital out of Victoria, Texas called DTAR Hospital. We can't wait for you to apply. We've been interviewing nurses all week, hearing amazing stories about nurses working all night before showing up for interviews, sleeping at Dunkin' Donuts so that they can get the opportunity to work in the U.S. We would love to invite you to interview. We're going to be interviewing this week, tomorrow as well, and then we do virtual interviews throughout the year. So we hope to see you soon.
All right, thank you so much. That was Miss Erin Baird, CEO of HealthStar International LLC. Balik na naman tayo, Lala.
Yes.
Napakaganda nung dinidiscuss kanina, diniscuss ni Terry. Dahil if we are going to balikan yung kanyang sinabi, parang this is not just a dream come true.
Yes.
For every, not just the applicants, for every Filipino families. Pero, hindi naman tayo nangangarap lang kasi sabi niya parang 4 na taon yung processing.
Yes.
At mapapabilis ito depending on the siguro pwede nating sabihin aggressiveness na rin, no?
Yes.
Ng mga
totoo.
applicants. Pero talaga ba 4 years in the making bago ka makarating?
Kasi
sa
ano
US?
to kasi EB3 visa siya, it's an immigrant visa
Okay.
process. So parang other Filipinos who apply for an immigrant visa,
Alright.
it's the same thing yung pinagdadaanan nila.
May waiting period.
May waiting period. At yes, nung sinabi nga ni Terry, it's about the aggressiveness of nurses on how fast they
Okay.
can do all the process. Yun din kasi yung key.
Alright.
Kasi may mga nurses na pag naiinip na sila,
Yeah.
minsan bumibitaw na lang eh.
Mhm.
Which is sayang naman. 'Di ba? Parang natatagalan ako dyan. Punta muna ako ng ibang bansa.
Direct hire ito.
Yes, sa
Tama,
kanila.
no? Direct
Yes.
hire. Now, yung sinasabi niyang 4 years, pwede ba ako mag-apply sa iba while waiting for the visa?
May ibang ganon. Actually, may iba na magsa-Saudi muna ng 2 years.
Hindi, kahit local.
Kahit local, yes. Oo. They can
Pwede.
work. They can work. As long as they can manage yung pagtatrabaho nila at the same time, pag-fulfill ng mga documents sila. Kasi, let's say, for example, magre-report sila sa IPAMS, hindi naman kailangan whole day. Nasa IPAMS sila para ayusin dokumento nila.
Okay.
As long as they already have the documents na hinihingi for the EB3 visa application, well, they can just drop it. Hanapin nila si Cha or hanapin nila si Glenn ng Project A. Hello, nanonood sila. So, they'll have to look for Cha, kay AZ or kay Glenn, drop off yung documents sila, and then they can go back to work.
And how do they prepare for the certification? Kasi merong hindi ba, merong parang Texas certificate that they need to comply. Am I correct? Tama ba?
Yes, ginaguide naman sila ng IPAM sa pagpe-prepare ng mga documents na yun. So,
Alright.
kumbaga, once they accepted the job offer, may orientation tayong tinatawag na wherein binibigyan namin sila ng list kung
Okay.
ano yung dapat nilang ihahanda, ano yung dapat nilang ipoprovide na documents para matulungan namin sila sa proseso nila. That's the reason why along the way, compared sa nag-apply ka directly without an agency like IPAMS, kami, i-guide ka na nga namin sa mga dokumentong kailangan mo, i-double check, triple check pa namin yan just to make sure na yung isasubmit natin sa US Embassy ay accurate at tama.
Sige, sandali. Si Jay Baluya, small engine, motorcycle, mechanic, any opportunity. Sir, wag pong any opportunity. You really have to be mindful kung ano yung skill ninyo. Doon kayo mag-apply because we really would want to erase that concept that Filipino applicants are jack of all trades, master of none. Di ba may mga ganyan?
Yes.
No? Feeling natin lahat kaya natin. Hindi eh. Hindi po tayo aasenso sa paghanap ng trabaho. Otherwise, what we're gonna do is just to para kang nagsa-shopping, palipat-lipat.
Totoo.
Sa recruitment side, hindi ba nakikita nyo yan?
Yes. Actually, isa yan sa mga bagay na minsan na-turn off ang mga employers natin.
Okay.
Let's say, pag binasa yung resume mo or CV mo, tapos napansin na palipat-lipat ka ng skills o trabaho, kasi ibig sabihin, tama din yung sinabi mo, Johnny, dapat kasi meron tayong specific skill na pipiliin at yun ang i-master natin para pag dumating yung right opportunity na tinatawag, ready ka. Hindi pwedeng 6 months ka sa ganito, tas ayaw mo na yung trabaho, magsi 6 months ka maging ganito ulit, ayaw mo na naman, and then you jump from one skill to another hanggang sa wala ka ng may pupundar sa sarili mo na pag dumating yung opportunity na gusto mo, ay wala.
Matanda ka na.
Yes.
Meron bang age requirement pala pagdating sa nurses?
Sa kanila, as long as they're willing to work, hindi tayo naglilimit ng age. Wag lang senior citizen.
Of course. No? Dahil
Walang
vulnerable na eh. Sabi ni Michael De Sendilia, plate welder, SMAW, small mechanic.
SMAW, oo.
Sabi ni Angel Atienza, iiwanan niya na daw ako, magna-nurse na lang, mag-a-apply daw sa'yo, Ma'am Lala. Excavator operator.
Ay, kailangan ka namin. Mag-apply ka for Canada. We need someone like you sa isang employer namin na wood manufacturing in Canada, in Quebec. We've been recruiting to this wood manufacturing company in Canada, woodworkers. May tinatawag kaming mga forest logging workers or yung mga wood machine workers na nagtatrabaho sa factory ng yung mga nagpo-produce ng mga wood, yung mga nagkakat, mga ganon. Pati yung excavator, kailangan namin yan kasi may mga makina sila sa forest na related din sa function ng excavator.
Kapag outside of nursing, no? Kasi nabanggit natin kanina, meron kang waiting time because of the visa requirement. Pero yung ganitong klase, skilled, ayan, furniture, painting, pintor siguro yung kanyang ina-applyan. Gaano kabilis ipoproseso yung kanilang application? And for those who will be shortlisted, gaano rin kabilis yung kanilang paghihintay? At kapag ka sila ay na-hire, gaano sila kabilis makakalipad?
Well, that depends on the country na ina-applyan nila,
Ayun.
Johnny. For example, kung Canada ang ina-applyan mo, it will take mga 8 months to 12 months before you will be deployed abroad because it's a work permit. Hindi na kailangan.
Pero mabilis lang, isang taon
Mabilis.
lang.
Oo, wala nang IELTS ito. Hindi
Okay.
kagaya nung pag pumunta ka ng Canada, ang dami mo pang i-require na IELTS. Ito, wala. Saudi Arabia, mga Middle East sectors natin, ang timeline natin yan, minimum na yung 5 weeks
Okay.
to maximum of 3 months for Middle East. Mabilis ang Middle East kasi if they choose that. Czech Republic namin, it also runs the same. Pinakamaikli yata namin ng Czech Republic that time was 4 months. Ang Hungary namin na pinakamadali, 1 month lang.
Pero anong requirement naman?
Ay naku, yan yung mga production operator. Nag-open
Anong
day
ginagawa
kami.
niya? Parang interesado no? Anong ginagawa niya?
Meron kaming opportunity ng production operator from a bottling manufacturing sa Hungary.
Okay.
Kahapon nag-open day kami. Maraming salamat sa mga umaten ng open day namin for machine operators para sa isang electronics manufacturing company.
Okay.
Ito hindi kailangan ng eksakto yung experience sa electronics manufacturing. Kahit saang manufacturing sector ka nang galing, pwede.
Okay. Pero plus kapag ka ikaw ay meron talagang knowledge.
Yes, oo. Pero itong employer namin sa Hungary, they are very flexible as long as may exposure ka sa production manufacturing.
Okay.
Kagaya nung may fulfill kaming requirements na tagagawa ng bike.
Talaga?
Bike manufacturing. Bike manufacturing.
Talaga, okay.
Naghahanap din kami ng mga machine operators, production operators.
Pero yung mga yan, meron naman silang mga modelo, may forma, di ba?
Yes, oo. Mag-atrabaho lang sila sa factory, mag-a-assemble.
Okay.
May mga, di ba, sa assembly line, ganon.
Oo.
So, i-assign lang sila sa assembly line.
Galing ha? Sandali. Yung binanggit mong airline kanina, dahil medyo sensitive daw yung yung airline company nito. Tinatanong, meron daw po bang feedback na para dun sa catering?
Sabi naman namin sa kanila, nag-evaluate kami ng skills ninyo, pero isasubmit namin yon. Kailangan nila kasing kumuha ng application ID sa website mismo ng airline na yon.
Okay.
Para yung employer mismo makapagbigay ng feedback sa kanila kung sila ay i-interviewin o hindi. Sa mga nangangarap pa ng catering or yung other subsidiaries ng airline na to na hindi ko mabanggit ang pangalan, sa Qatar, okay, bukas po may open day kami for GSE technicians, yung ground service equipment technicians, yung sa mga hangars, sa mga airport. Nag-a-accept din kami nung kahit heavy.
Qatar naman ito.
Qatar.
Okay.
Sa biggest airline. Nag-a-accept kami noon kahit walang experience sa airport pero heavy equipment mechanics.
Ito si Quezon Channel. Sir, sorry kung mali yung aking pagkaka-pronounce. Hindi pa po ako nababalikan ni Ma'am Lala.
Hala.
Pinapasa po ako ng requirements and for virtual interview, pati daw si Jason Ferrer. Asian cook yung ina-applyan bound to Canada. Ang sabi niya naman, sana daw matawagan sila.
Yung Asian cook bound for Canada, I believe nagsara na po yan eh.
Okay.
Chinek mo ba yung email mo? Chinek mo ba yung email mo? Kasi ganito po yan kasi, even though you submit all your documents, kung hindi ka nagmamatch sa employer's requirement, hindi ka po talaga namin pwedeng i-line up din. Pero, we will keep your application sa pool for 6 months.
Okay.
Kasi dahil may data privacy policy tayo, hindi tayo pwede na mag-keep ng personal information. So, pag may opportunity dumating na kagaya ng cook, so standby ka lang kung wala pang 6 months yung sinabit mong document sa amin. May upcoming kaming requirement for cook, baka i-re-evaluate natin yung dokumento mo, pwede ka doon.
Ibig sabihin, nasa active roster pa rin siya.
Yes, oo. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na pag nag-active roster ka, titigil ka na sa trabaho dahil mag-aantay ka ng opportunity mo. Dapat tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung trabaho mo.
Yeah.
Ang key ng Canada skills po kasi, hindi po pwedeng may employment gap ka. Kailangan, kung may employment gap ka man, minimum of 12 months lang. That's it. 12 months. Actually, not minimum. Maximum of 12 months lang.
Okay.
Kasi there's a high chance na marireject ang work permit.
Talaga?
Opo.
Okay. Ang dami natin nakukuhang tip. Sandali kasi meron tayong nabitin na tanong at information kay Ma'am Lala. Marami sa ating mga aplikante, ang tingin nila ay magagaling. At ang feeling nila, aabot sila dun sa tinatawag na final interview. Pero kayo as recruiter, how do you identify an applicant based on his curriculum vitae kung siya ay talagang may possibility na ma-shortlist. What are the key elements ng isang application? Yun talagang hinahanap ni Ma'am Lala.
Okay. First and foremost, when you present yung curriculum vitae mo or yung resume mo, kung ano yung job description na nilagay mo doon, dapat alam mong i-describe. Kasi ang karamihan ng mga aplikante, unfortunately, di ba, maglalagay sila napakahabang job description.
Yeah.
Pag tinanong mo sila kung alam ba nila yung ginagawa nilang trabahong yon, ang sagot nila, kinapi lang nila sa Google.
Nakatulala.
And then, minsan, may maiba magsasubmit ng resume, then all of the sudden, nag-change ng contact information.
Okay.
Ako, hirap na hirap namin kayong kontakin. Huwag kayong magpapalit ng SIM card, please lang. Mga ganon. And then, during the interview, kailangan ma-demonstrate mo kasi na kaya mo mag-English.
Alright.
Kasi hindi pwedeng i-interpret ni recruiter kung paano ka sasagot sa employer
Totoo
during
yan.
the final interview.
Total, yung pagsasalita ng English along the way, matututunan mo naman yan. Yung diretsong English.
Oo, basic English lang. Hindi
Yeah.
hindi dapat maging confident ka na kaya mong sumagot ng English
Okay.
sa employer. Kasi
Yes.
may iba talaga, highly skilled sila, like yung mga trailer drivers natin. Kayang-kaya nila mag-drive. Trailer driver,
Oo.
flatbed, yung mga prime mover. Pero pag tinanong mo na sila, paano nila i-explain yung trabaho nila in English, nahihirapan sila.
Kailangan na ayusin yung communication
Oo,
aspect.
hindi
ng
naman
skills.
kailangan fluent.
Okay.
Yung sasabihin nila na, ma'am, sorry, hindi ko po kayang explain sa English, pero pa-drive-in mo ako ng truck, kaya ko po yan. Hindi po namin pwedeng sabihin sa employer
Merong
yon.
interview no? At bahagi ng interview yung ganyang klase ng question and answer. Ako, pasensya na po, wala na po kaming oras, no? Salamat po ng marami sa inyong ginawang pagsubaybay, and hopefully this is not the first and the last, no? Napakaganda po nitong ating ginagawa. We will try to help one another to deliver as many job opportunities as possible to our listening and viewing public. Of course, kasama natin yung ating mga kaibigan from Health Star and IPAMS. Maikli na lang yung oras natin, ma'am. Website, telephone number, address. The floor is yours.
Okay. Sa mga gusto pong mag-apply sa IPAMS, ma-check po yung mga job opportunities namin. Like I've said, go to our website, ipams.com. Punta tayo sa job seekers page, and then nandun po lahat, latest job opportunities namin. Ngayon, follow us, like us, and follow us to our Facebook page, that's IPAMS.ph. Meron din po kaming Twitter, meron din po kaming Instagram, lalo na po sa yung mga aspiring airline at companies dyan. We also have our LinkedIn and YouTube. Pero mas active po talaga kaming sumagot sa Facebook page namin and sa Instagram. IPAMS.ph po ang hanapin nyo para hindi po kayo ma-scam.
Alright, thank you so much mga kaibigan. Si Ma'am Lailani Lala Legaspi Macaranas, ang Senior Recruitment Manager and Head of Special Projects ng Industrial Personnel and Management Services Incorporated or IPAMS. Ako po si Johnny Gomez, pansamantala. Bye-bye.
SOS Serbisyo Ora-Mismo Sigurado. Programang tatalakay sa kapangyarihan ng serbisyo sibil. SOS Serbisyo Ora-Mismo Sigurado. Programang hihimay sa kapangyarihan ng pamalang lokal. SOS Serbisyo Ora-Mismo Sigurado. Programang maglalapit sa pamalan at mamamayan. SOS Serbisyo Ora-Mismo Sigurado. Kikilos ang barangay para sa bayan. Edukasyon, kalusugan, trapiko, basura at iba pa. SOS Serbisyo Ora-Mismo Sigurado. Tatalakay sa mga problemang napapanahon, problemang hahanapan ng solusyon.